Greetings to all. We are delighted to establish a new and profound connection with each of you. What we are about to share may feel uncomfortable, and your mind might initially resist it. However, we encourage you to allow time, try it out, and see for yourself. We are not asking for blind belief, but for you to have your own experience. This message is intended for those who understand they are creators. For those who aspire to live in a 5D reality where you are the master of your own existence. This is especially for you, dear lightworker, who has struggled for so long but is now ready to move further. Examine your belief system. Shift from seeing yourself as a victim to recognizing yourself as the creator. Create intentionally, not haphazardly. No, society does not keep you stuck. No one is out to harm you. You are in charge of your own creation. Believing that authorities control you and act against your good manifests that reality and keeps you trapped within it. Moreover, thinking that you cannot evolve due to external circumstances keeps you confined to the matrix. Creation comes from within. The external world is a reflection of your inner light or darkness. What you resist is always a part of you. So, stop resisting. Rise to your majestic role and create a magical reality. Yes, you will make mistakes, but they are your responsibility and valuable tools for learning. There are no true mistakes, only experiences that show you what works or doesn't based on your goals. Your negative thoughts create chaos and stagnant energy, keeping you locked in the same time frame reality. Conduct an inventory of all your beliefs and ask yourself, does this belief serve my existence? Do I wish to create from it? What you believe will be reflected back to you. It's not that you believe something and then find it to be true. Rather, whatever you believe will be projected into your reality. Be aware of this and create beauty. Choose positivity and truth. Dance in your magic and share it with others. A time is approaching when your thoughts will be transparent, and you will observe the unity in all things. There is nothing to resist. You are all that is. Do not oppose yourself, instead, nurture all that you are. We love you today, tomorrow, and beyond time and space. We are you, beloved Ons. As our planet continues retrieving its authentic template, many of you will be called to be of service. For we are now at a key phase of our ascension journey, where our planet needs more support and stabilization. Many of you are awakening, retrieving your original angelic 6th-dimensional lineage, as many of you descend from future 5th and 6th-dimensional timelines, coming to the Earth plane to help recover the original human prototype. As advanced souls, you were born in the light, love, and wisdom of the Creator, knowing no separation or polarization from God's source, for you all lived within divine love and harmony. As you cross the many veils required to come to planet Earth, many of you experience profound damage in your template, forgetting who you were and your mission, filled with many false programs that diminish your light and soul memories and disconnect from your divinity. This is a time, especially with the eclipse in Pisces and Pluto moving into Aquarius, of karmic liberation and genetic restoration for many of you who are clearing trauma from the many incarnations you have had, the delusions from this plane, and the self-created patterns that too impede you to embrace yourself in divine purpose completely. The Piscean eclipse will serve us to clear both our personal and planetary original shadow, restoring our authentic template, as it possesses all the cosmic information required to restore the many Earth structures that have been distorted, and that are now being repaired. It is a time to heal hybridization, non-benevolent one, crown anomalies, DNA and soul fragmentation, and the many genetic blocks that emerge from incarnating on Earth. Piscean energies facilitate the work of shadow integration through neutral witnessing of what we are experiencing, taking full responsibility, and moving into the necessary healing work for us to emerge as illumined beings. All the traumatic memories, the personal ones we created through the many lifetimes we have lived, and through the initial pain caused by separating from God's source, are now acknowledged and healed by many who are awakening, remembering, and stepping into their sovereignty. The process of remembering involves healing and clearing, as the only way to distill from our bodies and hearts what is shadowing our true selves and memories. Pisces takes us to this inner space of integration and acceptance of our shadow self, something that Neptune in Pisces has been helping us with for many years, and we still have the opportunity to do so, as it will be gradually moving next year into Aries, another big shift 2025 brings. Clearing our shadows and emotional wounds is vital to bring unity and harmony into ourselves before the mission and all we desire to achieve can be embodied. Facing all we feel without judgment is crucial for our self-healing process, as it is by looking at what we fear closely and integrating it that we can know the original wound in ourselves and be able to embrace it, starting the process of soul retrieval, which is what activates divine retrieval. This is the main cause why many are not yet embracing their purpose, which comes when we are ready to be of service. And whenever this time comes, it will be the perfect divine timing for you and all. There is no rush within creation, for all follows always a perfect divine order we cannot see from our view, but we can feel and surrender to, allowing divine will, not our egoic will. All is ending now for many of you who are stepping into your power, reclaiming your freedom, and retrieving the divine wisdom and purpose you brought to Earth. For as new Earth's anchors, you are required now to start the process of planetary reconnection and fifth-dimensional bridging. As the evolved souls from future timelines that you are, the time is coming for you to embrace your divinity and stand tall for yourselves, seeding your love, light, and healing essence where required. For the time is now for all to join as one, and anchor a new timeline, as this is the time we have been waiting for and preparing us to welcome for so long. The new Aquarian age is not something that happens one day on a future timeline. It is something that we gradually build and seed with our daily thoughts, feelings, and actions. Every single day of our existence, with each generation that chooses to free themselves, with each benevolent action we make for the whole, and with each one of you who chooses to awake to your power and reclaim your sovereignty. Thank you for choosing to be who you are and seed your divine heritage, beloveds. With infinite love, my dearest Earth brothers and sisters. This is Tourmaline speaking. I embrace you in love. My dearest friends, how is the Earth journey going for you? From my perspective, people are rapidly waking up there on Earth, although my perception of time is probably dramatically different from yours, so from your perspective it might still feel slow. Regardless, things are certainly moving in the right direction, and the excitement of our approaching meeting is making me feel young again. Thank you for that. It is a great gift. I know that many of you see us as some kind of higher beings that are elevated above you. Now, on one hand, I sort of get that, but on the other hand, us Pleiadians are looking to help uplift you and then coexist with you as equals. We are not looking to be worshipped by you. Ultimately, we're just people. Yes, we don't suffer the trauma and pain and the blocks that come with growing up on Earth, and we're raised with more love and more information and more options available to us, but still, we're just people. To communicate that, I'm going to use a principle that is strangely unknown and underutilized on your world, and it is, if people don't see you as being part of their group, you can make yourself seem more like one of them by describing strong positive emotions you've experienced, strong negative emotions you've experienced, and how you've suffered. So long as you're being honest and speaking from the heart, I don't think this is manipulation. I think this just helps the other person find their empathy. So, us Pleiadians are human, just like you. We get annoyed. We get horny. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes we're naive or judgmental or impotent. Sometimes we wish things were different than they are. Sometimes it's hard to accept that we live in a galaxy where some of our brothers and sisters have to fight reptilians and others, or else we all get killed or enslaved. And yes, we do worry about our loved ones in the military. Sometimes we create something and we're proud of it, but other people don't like it quite as much as we would have hoped. Sometimes we try really hard to get good at something, and someone else just outclasses us anyway, and we know that this shouldn't bother us, but it still bothers us a bit. Sometimes things seem just a bit easier for other people than they seem for us. Sometimes we so desperately want to spend our life with this amazing person, and yet, sometimes they choose to be with someone else, and not with us, and it's hard for us to see them together with this other person. Why did this person who we love so much choose them over us? Is that other person more desirable than we are? Are they better than we are? What makes them better? Why are we not good enough? Or perhaps the person we love does choose to be with us, and initially we can't believe it. It's so magical, and sometimes that fairy tale lasts, and we grow old together, surrounded by our loving children and their loving children, and it's just a warm bath of love and belonging. Sometimes we have a child, and we love him or her so much that our heart just feels like it's going to burst. It's overflowing with so much love. But sometimes relationships don't work out, and the breakup is so crushing. For a time, it feels like we can't breathe. And then, sometimes we later realize that it was partly our own distortions that were the cause of the breakup. No matter how tempting it is to point the finger at the other person, we learn from our breakup, but the scar never fully heals. Yet that too is okay. It makes us who we are. Sometimes, for a period of time, life is just effortless and everything just flows, and everything just seems so easy, and seems to come so naturally to us. Yet, Sometimes we take other people for granted. Sometimes we fail to communicate from the heart. We fail to say just how much we care about this other person. We fail to tell them just how much they mean to us. Sometimes we just cruise through life on autopilot. And then suddenly the time has come for our Father to transition to his next life, and then he's gone. And we don't know what hit us, or how to live without our Father. Yet still, he's gone. And there's an empty space where his laughter used to be. And we would give anything to have just one more day with him, for us to hear our Father say just one more time how proud he is of us. And then when our grandson asks us where his great-grandfather is, we'll try to hold it together and give a careful answer, but sometimes we just break down instead, and our partner will have to do the explaining, because at that moment we just can't. And then a short while later, our granddaughter takes her first steps, and it's so beautiful, so magical, but also bittersweet, because our Father would have so loved to have been there with us, and to witness her first steps too, to see her smile. If only he could have been there with us for this moment. Yes, obviously our living situations are different, but ultimately we're simply people, the same as you. Some of the ups and downs of life happen to us too, just as they happen to you. We're not perfect. If we were, we wouldn't be in physical bodies. Yes, some Pleiadians do resemble the picture of the idealized galactic that you have of us, but other Pleiadians are closer to your level of consciousness. By the way, see what I mean? That if you share strong positive emotions, strong negative emotions, and how you've suffered, then you can help other people realize that you're just like them, and that you might belong in their in-group too. I think that can be a useful tool to create harmony and peace and equal relations between different people. And yes, it really is true that if you take a random Pleiadian, then they would have done worse than the average lightworker has if that Pleiadian had been born on Earth in the normal way. Therefore, you really are doing amazing, and you are amazing. I would like to propose the following. Instead of seeing us Pleiadians as some kind of higher beings, I suggest that you see us as humans who happen to be relatively unencumbered due to the quasi-paradise we grew up in. We can teleport not because we're Pleiadians. Rather, we can teleport because we're relatively unencumbered humans. Furthermore, I invite you to see yourself as humans who can become relatively unencumbered too, in this lifetime, in the same way that us Pleiadians are currently relatively unencumbered. Even today you have the opportunity to learn and grow, and most likely you already are growing rapidly, and many more opportunities for growth will open up to you after we land, because our galactic teachers and healers will be thrilled to work with you. Therefore, the amazing beings here aren't Pleiadians. The amazing beings here are those humans who are relatively unencumbered, and today that's us, and later on in your current lifetime that might very well be you, and lots of other Earth humans besides. The person we are today you can become tomorrow, metaphorically speaking, and then you too will have all the qualities that you currently admire in us. This also means that we are in no way better than you. We just have a head start because we grew up in an easier environment, but in time it might very well be you who can teach us a thing or two about standing for the light in the midst of darkness, and how to be authentic in a world gone mad. Who knows those lessons better than you? We know you think we are amazing. Well, we think you are amazing. Given how tough life on Earth is, every single person receiving this message has done incredibly well. I love you, and I am so very proud of you. Your star sister.